Welcome to Richmond Raceway. This 3/4 mile D-shaped short track has provided us with some of the best racing we've seen in this series. Close quarter, bumper to bumper action where tempers may flare and bumpers may bang. The bump and run is famous here in Richmond, and we could see that today if the race for the lead gets down to the wire. 36 cars have lined up on the grid to take on this small short track for round 15 out of 36 in the 2022 NASCAR Verizon Cup Series season. Let's take a look at some of the drivers to watch out for in this race. Hendrick Motorsports, they take the front row. William Byron has yet to win in 2022. Chase Elliott won at California in race 2. Both of them look to snap their winless streaks and for the 24 on the pole to lock himself into the playoffs. Chase Elliott looks to re-establish himself as a championship contender. Joey Logano, he won the Coke 600 last week. He's never won in Richmond. He would like to go back-to-back. Only Denny Hamlin has gone back-to-back in 2022. Can the 22 get the job done? He has an amazingly fast car today. He is definitely one of the ones to watch out for in this race. Martin Truex Jr., his 3 Joe Gibbs teammates have found victory lane this year, but not him. He starts 9th today. The 19 has won at Richmond back in 2020. Joe Gibbs, this has been their playground, where Denny Hamlin and Kyle Busch have done really well. Martin Truex, a dark horse pick, surprisingly, here today in Richmond. Can he get his first win and lock himself into the playoffs? Zane Smith filling in for Chris Buescher. Chris Buescher is dealing with concussion-like symptoms after his crash in Charlotte last week. So just to be safe, Zane Smith is going to fill in the catbird seat for Chris Buescher today in Richmond. How will the rookie do in his first Cup Series start? Let's go trackside for the command.
Tonight's Toyota Owners 400 Community Heroes representing Special Olympics Virginia. The proud owner of a 2022 Toyota RAV4, Izzy Nelson, and her uncle, Special Olympics athlete Brian Beck. Drivers, start your engines!
And as the cars roll off the grid, let's take a look at your starting lineup for the Toyota Owners 400. In row 1, Hendrick teammates William Byron next to 2020 Series champion Chase Elliott. In row 2, Joey Logano next to Denny Hamlin. Row 3, Christopher Bell, the defending champion Kyle Larson. And in row 4, Kyle Busch next to 2019 Series champion Ryan Blaney. Row 5, Martin Truex Jr. next to Alex Bowman. And in row 6, Kevin Harvick next to the Watermelon Man, Ross Chastain. Row 7, 2311 teammates Bubba Wallace and Kurt Busch. And in row 8, Eric Almirola and the Daytona 500 winner Daniel Suarez. Row 9, Chase Briscoe next to Eric Jones. And in row 10, it's Tyler Reddick with a bad qualifying effort next to Ricky Stenhouse. Row 11, Austin Cindric and Justin Haley. And in row 12, it's Harrison Burton and Brad Keselowski. Row 13, Austin Dillon next to Michael McDowell. And in row 14, the rookie Zane Smith next to Cole Custer. Row 15, Kaz Gralla and Todd Gilliland. And in row 15, Corey LaJoie and Ryan Preece now in the 15 this week. Row 17, Ty Dillon and Landon Castle. And in row 18, rounding out the field, BJ McLeod and Cody Ware. Race facts, 400 laps, 300 miles. Remember, it's a 3/4 mile racetrack. Stage 1, 70 laps. Stage 2, 150 laps. Stage 3, 180 laps. The pit window, 95 to 103 laps. And last year's winner of this race was the 5 for Hendrick Motorsports in Kyle Larson. Green flag, we're underway in Richmond. William Byron wins his 4th stage of 2022. Most stage wins out of anyone on this season for the 24 team of William Byron, getting the stage win over Joey Logano, Chase Elliott, Denny Hamlin, and Christopher Bell. Welcome back to Richmond Raceway, where the heat is not just a problem, but the heated tempers are as well. Watch the one of Ross Chastain get to the inside of Denny Hamlin and clearly moved Denny out of the way, and he overcorrected and got into the outside wall. And man, we can't play you Denny Hamlin's radio, but we sure can play Ross Chastain's ready for you. Take a listen.
We'll handle that after the race. Don't worry about it.
So some controversy between Ross Chastain and Denny Hamlin possibly as you take a look at some more replays. And this is relatable to what happened in real life at St. Louis between these two. So the tight corners of Richmond providing a challenge for Ross Chastain to get around Denny Hamlin as we've seen for the last couple of laps. Take a look one last time at what has brought us under the caution, lap 143 here in Richmond. Stage 2, going to go to Joey Logano. And after his Coke 600 win 1 week ago, the momentum carrying over here is Logano, Bell, Byron, Elliott, and Larson, the top 5. As Truex and Kurt Busch battle there. Oh, we got a spinner. That's Cole Custer in the 41, who has brought us under the 4th caution flag of the day. Let's take a look what happened to the 41. This looks like Justin Haley just gets underneath them and contact was made and he spins. Sort of what happened to the 11 when he was racing the 1 of Ross Chastain. Just Haley hooked Cole Custer to the left and Custer spun down to the inside. Caution for debris off the 78 of B.J. McLeod, which ended his day with 93 laps to go. As Byron running in 3rd right now. Oh, spinner! That's the 16 of Kaz Gralla, who was spun in turn number 1, and something tells me he had a little bit of help to cause that spin. And that he did. Ryan Preece gave him a little bit of a nudge going into turn number 1, and we might have some more tempers after this race is over, but Gralla did a nice job to lock it down and not hit anything, and he will be able to continue in this race. William Byron will finally win in 2022. He snaps a 32-race winless streak, which dated back to Road America last year, which was his 2nd career win, along with the win at Atlanta he got in 2021. So this is career win number 3 for William Byron, as his win is fueled by Sunoco Fuel, your best. A solid win for the 24 camp as we take a look at the results. Logano, Kurt Busch was able to rally. Larson, Bowman getting the top 5. Good race for Bubba Wallace and Austin Cindric as they got top 10 runs today, along with the 14 of Chase Briscoe. Briscoe needed that day to help him in the playoff standings. Guys like Truex, Elliott, Bell, Harvick all outside the top 10, but they all have a comfy cushion over that cut line. Guys like Tyler Reddick, however, do not, as Eric Almirola needed to finish better than Eric Jones today. That didn't happen. So you see the 23 lead lap finishers, and then you guys who finished 1 or multiple laps down. Hats off to Harrison Burton, who had a solid day. On the last page, Denny Hamlin minus 12. He did get back in the race, but just logged some laps to finish 35th. Here are the point standings as they stand right now. William Byron moves up to 4th in the playoff standings with 8 playoff points. 11 drivers have won in 2022. Pretty crazy. Truex, Chastain, Briscoe, Reddick, and Jones are all into the playoffs on points for now. We could have 16 or even more winners. Take a look at page 2. Almirola, 31 points out, but he has a stage win, so that's what's helping him. Same with Austin Cindric, as those playoff points are going to be valuable, especially if they can fight their way into the playoffs. They still got 11 races to go. As you see, here's the last page. Guys like Burton, Keselowski, they pretty much need a win. They still have plenty of chances, especially as we get into the latter stages of the regular season, which starts at Sonoma next week, a road course, the Toyota St. Mart 350 around the 12-turn road course. This is ASC signing off.